Kamala Harris is putting out videos, ads that trumpet, that herald her ability to drop bombs. That's what she's doing. Here is her ad as posted by Medea Benjamin, Code Pink. I've had her on the show many times, friend of mine. Here is the Kamala Harris ad on television, and Medea Benjamin says, I was already going to vote for Jill Stein because of Harris's support of Israel's genocide, but Harris will also move us closer to World War III with Russia. And here's the ad. For those of you listening to the podcast, unfortunately, it's mostly visual, but it's only 30 seconds.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And when one man is enslaved, all are not free.
American presidents, Republican and Democrat, have always defied Russia's communist dictators and defended American ideals. Kamala Harris gets this.
If we stand by while an aggressor invades its neighbor with impunity, they will keep going.
Kamala Harris will stand up to Putin, protect our allies, and keep us safe.
Can you imagine putting out an ad in today's world when we're on the cusp of nuclear war and going, I'll drop more bombs? Now, someone in the chat, sorry, I missed your name, but said, so will Trump. Sir Edward Ross said, so will Trump. Absolutely. I do not want you to think that me calling out both sides means I'm not calling out Trump. They absolutely will both continue dropping just crazy amounts of bombs. But here's Kamala Harris saying, we cannot stand by while someone invades their neighbor. Well, how about genocide's their neighbor? How about that? Because that's what's going on in Gaza. Because remember, Israel denies that they own Gaza. Because if they owned Gaza, then they would have to stop. They'd have to give them the right to walk around all the rest of Israel. They'd have to give them the right to be a part of Israel. And they don't want that. So instead, they want Gaza and the West Bank stuck between not being part of Israel. No, you can't walk outside that wall. You are not us. You are not part of us. You are not part of this country. You are another thing. They want them stuck between that and being their own country, being Palestine. They don't want that. Israel doesn't want that either, because that entitles them to an army. It entitles them to have the ability to leave and come and go from their own country. They don't want that at all. They have the right to sovereignty if that's the case. So Israel wants them stuck between not being a nation and not being part of their nation. And that's how they've done it for years and years. But here is Kamala Harris saying we can't just stand by.
If we stand by while an aggressor invades its neighbor with impunity, they will keep going.
Kamala Harris will stand up to Putin.
It's just awful. In today's nation, in today's world, putting out ads of you dropping bombs is just totally unhinged. Here's an interesting fact about the polling that's been going on across the country. Stein is leading Harris among Muslim voters in several swing states. And why do you think that is? Why do you think Stein is leading Harris among Muslim voters, which are a key demographic in a lot of these swing states? Why do you think that is? Oh, maybe it's because Harris supports a genocide. Maybe it's because the Harris and Biden administration have created this. I mean, this is a U.S.-backed genocide. Not only are they funneling the weapons in there, not only are they running cover with the propaganda every single day, but on top of that, you have the fact that they could turn it off at any moment. One phone call, 30 seconds. Biden says the weapons are stopped. You're not getting any more until everything stops. There's no bombing. There's no IDF in Gaza. There's no holding up of food, holding up of water. There's no destroying of wells. All of it stops. It'd be over. Be over that minute. Now, that doesn't fix Gaza, but the murders would be over for the moment. Anyway, so that's the thing, is if people are upset that Stein is winning among Muslim voters in these swing states, if that makes people who want to see Harris win upset, and they think that Stein is bad for them and bad for the country, then maybe tell Harris to stop supporting genocide. How about that? Step one.